These are what these fellows call a suspended bowl, and I'm going to try to finish it tonight. I brought a few others here. If you look at this shape, this is the shape I like. This has very poor tool work. I abandoned this one because there's going to be too much sanding. So this is to show you what not to do. So anyway, so the object is to wind up making that on the lathe. There are some difficulties with it because this is whipping around on the lathe and these corners come around 4 times a revolution. Jeez. And they're a little bit difficult to deal with.
See, you still got your fingers.
Still with my fingers. This, I'll pass these around, but this one, for example, I did it, but that's not a pleasing shape, okay? But I carry it on anyway. And, there's that one. And that one, if you don't watch it, you start chipping out the corners. And then once you've chipped that foot off, you just about had it. And the reason that chipped out, and I find out, and I was listening to Errol saying about a month ago, and I sort of thought, geez, I think maybe I better listen to what he was doing. Like, for example, when this is turning in the lathe, if you bring the gouge out this way, you're not cutting against wood, you're cutting into the fiber's not holding itself. You've got to go this way. But anyways, the only way to do it is to go in and you work in this way and then you work back because you have to clean out this side so that you can keep getting in. But anyway, we'll get into that. So to start, I'll draw a little picture here. This is the maple, and I'll just pretend the growth rings are like this. Okay. You start the curves, you want to match the growth rings. So start out with this. You're going to mount it in the lathe from this side with a screw, the screw chuck, and that's this. Okay. The curves down should be this way to follow those growth rings. If you follow that, you'll have less trouble. Now, what I'm trying to do here, I think I'll use a different colored chalk. This curve, the inside is here, and you're going to start the outside from there. It's not exactly the way it's going to be, but this is hard to draw because this is three-dimensional. This curves up, and these curve down. Then if you look at it on the end, it's different. So we'll just get started. The screw chuck takes, the root of this screw is 1/4 inch. And I drilled it 3/4 of an inch long. You want to drill it slightly longer than the screw so that you don't bottom out. And I've already started this, so I'll make this easy. How does this lock?
Well, you can lock it with the index, but just to temporary lock it is usually setting.
Okay, now you see that if you can see there, I put some. I did a pattern. Now, when you're turning, you want to have a pattern to follow so that you know how far you're going to start from here. You only have to do the half. And I made some patterns. I have them in my book. And they just look like this. Now this is fairly straightforward to make. This is shaped like this because you locate this on this corner, and this one fits there. And you hold your finger there, and you just draw the 1/2. And to do that, it's pretty straightforward. I take a piece of graph paper, and you just take it, hold it at the top, at the end, you just fold it down, and that gives you your width. Fold that in half the best you can, then fold that over. And then you fold that in half again, and that's your center. And you can see this now. I've already marked these lines. Now, these lines, what I've done here, is I want the top to curve down like the one. So this wood is going to curve from here down. This is going to be part of that lip on the edge where the outside is going to come like this. Okay. So you want to draw this curve, because that's when you're turning it, you're eventually going to see where you're going. It all comes clear after a while. You don't have to draw this side. So you do that. So you mark the edge of the wood here, and you mark the inside curve there. Then after that, it's fairly straightforward. You sort of judge, okay, you want a gentle curve, and you sort of say, okay, maybe this will be good. Okay. This is going to be the foot. So, okay, that looks good. So just do it like that. Take out your trusty scissors. Cut the end off. You leave a little knob there because this edge locates to the front of the bowl. Just carve that off. Knock that off there. And if you want to see what it's going to look like when you're finished, you could open it up and it's going to look like that, the curve. And then you take this back and you locate this under there and hold this there. And then you just draw your curve. Does that make sense? Okay, it's already done. So I'm going to go to that curve.
Watch the speed there, Paul.
Yeah. Stand out of the way. I'm going to use this 1/2-inch bowl gouge. This is measured across the flute. This won't hit the banjo, it does mine, so this is okay.
And do you want to direct the chips at Errol rather than over here too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's Earl?
That's why you're saying watch the speed.
That's the only reason I
You're in the line of fire. Thank you.
Somebody set the stool over right here.
Okay, and just as a reminder, because this corner is whipping around and it's a son of a bitch. So what I do as a reminder, I have a silver, and I just put a silver marker. That reminds me, anything that way, I'm going to get my fingers knocked off, okay? And then you want to put a little foot on the drawing. There's a little bit of a foot, which here is this wide, okay? So just mark that. I don't turn the lathe on Arrow because this corner is whipping around.
I understand.
You should paint it red.
I could paint it red. I do sometimes paint it red with my piece of chalk. When I've been done with my piece of chalk.
On the back, there you go.
So I sometimes just paint it red.
Same color as well.
It'll be red anyway.
Once you get started, you know where that piece
All
is.
together now?
Okay.
I got on it, but I don't.
Okay, I'm going to,
Fuck up.
when I start this, this has I measured this because I thought somebody might ask, that's a 27-degree angle. It's not because I tried it, that's just the way it is. Depending on how deep you're going in a bowl, because this is the angle if you're at the bottom of the bowl, because you're going to ride the bevel in. If you have a very deep bowl, you can't get in there because this is hitting the side. So what would you go, 50 degree if you have a very deep bowl? Anywhere from up to 60.
Around those reaver.
But I find that I like this angle, so that's what I use. And you see the pink? I'm going to start out with the flutes pointing at 3 o'clock. And you want to start the bevel parallel with the angle you're going to cut, okay? And you're going to start this cut, and then you want to pick up a bit of wood like as if you're throttling a motorcycle. Start it at the 0 point, flutes exactly that way. And then as you put it in, just pick up the cut a little bit till you get a bit of wood, and then away you go.